Yeah! Electric bikes and electric vehicles. So I've never driven an electric vehicle. You know, an electric scooter doesn't count. You know, like an actual literal scooter, not like a motorcycle scooter. A scooter. I think Americans have different names for them, but like a scooter. All my Irish people know what I'm on about with a fucking scooter. I had an electric one when I was younger. The shit was fun because it's the same principle with today's ones. The torque was fucking mad. You could wheelie a little scooter. It was savage. I'm actually going to put up a picture of what scooter I'm on about. I'm not on about, like, yeah, look, this is what I'm on about. But I don't know if I've ever actually talked about them and my opinions on them. My opinions are from what I see on the internet. You know, this isn't personal experience. What I see on the internet is that main gripes with them is that they're very pricey, which is I can back up my own data with it. What I'm saying is what I've confirmed, and I'm not really going to go on too much of like an experience because I've never experienced it. But they're stupid fucking expensive. Like even the bikes, like 20 grand plus for one of those zero electric bikes. You know, your range is about max 120 or so, they say. And I can imagine if you're fucking hammering it, that's going to go down a lot, which is kind of scary to think about, because 80 miles, say you're hammering it and you're getting 80 miles is not a lot. You know, 80 miles isn't even like a good spin around the twisties, because 9 out of 10 you have to drive further to get to these twisties. You know, if I lived in a city, I think an electric bike would be worth its weight in fucking gold. Because I could drive it 3 or 4 days, maybe even more, without a charge, and that just saves so much money. And as far as I'm aware, electric stuff in Ireland, you don't pay road tax. I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, you don't pay road tax. But electric bikes, I don't think they're actually ready for the market yet. They're just like the Nissan Leaf is a good example. You know, and I think most of them are, but Nissan Leaf's the only one that I know off the top of my head. You're like, when you buy the car, you're technically renting the batteries off the manufacturer, and apparently the batteries only last like 5 years until the cells start to deteriorate on them. You know, it's a normal thing with all batteries. You know, hence why my Drift is a great example. When I first got it, it was almost 3 hours, 1080p 6 frames a second. Now I'm getting just a little over 2 hours, if even. It's a natural thing that happens. I'm gonna pick this up when I'm not on a windy highway. Disclaimer: the following filtering is legal. Please don't bitch at me if you're not from Ireland or England where it's illegal. I was gonna do that and going like a commentator voice, but I was like, no, I can't fucking do that. The filtering you're gonna see now is called Star Wars filtering. 100% legal, mind you. Just gotta whack on an indicator and away you go. As I was saying, with the batteries deplete. Holy shit, the batteries depleting and that. It's a common thing with batteries, always has been. So I don't know why someone thought it'd be an amazing idea to put them in a car and then, you know, yeah, you can get a few hundred miles in this for, you know, 2-3 years, depending on how much you use them, how much you charge them, blah 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 blah. I think it's a bit of a shitty system, to be honest. Hybrids, now this may sound weird, hybrids might be the best alternative, and I'm not about a fucking Prius. Fuck Priuses. But I'm on about what some companies doing, like Porsche. Who else doing? McLaren on a fucking class one actually. But what they're doing is they're using the electric motor to give so much more power and torque. But they're also giving them smaller engines. I was about to say tiny, but on the Porsches or especially the McLarens, not a tiny engine. But they're able to use less engine and still give massive performance. You don't have to worry about charging out. Like this whole shit with Teslas are pretty cool. As a geek, as a guy who loves technology, I think Teslas are pretty fucking savage. But again, they're fully electric. They're just not worth it. You know, they're all packed with all these, I'll do an old term now, these gizmos and gadgets. But you know, an electric car that's main priority is on the fucking battery. Why would you include a massive big touchscreen panel and shit You know, that makes no sense. If you're trying to save battery, why the fuck would you use something that could really kill the battery? But they're just not ready yet. And I think still for the foreseeable future, until someone creates a battery that is like self-sufficient or self-sustainable, I should say, that its cells can be similar to humans and that they can repair, you know, it's not an impossible thing. It's just someone needs to invent it. You know, it just hasn't been made yet. It's not that it's impossible, it just hasn't been made yet, hasn't been discovered. And I say they've probably thought of that already. But I think for the most part, hybrid cars are probably the better option. Again, none of this Prius shit, but like some of Honda's cars are really, really cool. They actually look good. I don't get what most companies do. They make an electric car and they try and make it look futuristic, and they look stupid. They look fucking retarded. So why not just make a car that looks like a car, but then just like Lexus. Lexus is a great example, and Toyota. They're fucking great. Two good examples. Now I know I went on about the Prius, but Lexus have there's a name for what their own stuff is. But they have hybrid cars that look like normal fucking cars, except they have a different badge on it, you know? Why not just do that? And then some companies like Tesla are trying to make these futuristic looking kind of sports cars that kind of look a bit shit, to be honest. But like the McLaren, the hybrid that I'm on about now, I don't know the name, I don't know the fucking model of this shit. But that car looks savage, that looks fucking beastie. And it's a fucking hybrid, you know, it looks class. Electric cars are shit. I think electric cars and bikes are very fun, but they're not practical, so they're kind of pointless. And they need to be cheaper. Like, why the fuck are they so expensive? I understand probably most of it's probably R&D, but why is an electric bike, you know, 20 grand, when I can go out and buy, you know, a BMW S1000 RR for about the same, you know? And that has a similar range on. I think it actually probably has a better range than the electric bikes, but I have the luxury of being able to fill up whenever the fuck I want. You know, until they make them, like, I'd say they're ready when you can easily get 200 plus miles out of a single charge, and that's on a bike. So on a car, I'll be looking at, you know, probably similar to what you'd get from a tank of petrol or a tank of diesel. But again, that's just me. There's people who have them who swear by them. You know, the Nissan Leaf, why the fuck would you call it Leaf? Why would you make it look so ugly? And why do all cunts, why do all pricks drive those cars? Why is there no decent people that drive those cars? They're all old golfers that are angry. That's all the people that drive those cars, and they're not cheap. And again, you're renting the batteries and they don't last long, and I don't know what the range on one of them is. You know what, I'm not even going to search it because I don't want anything like that to pop up on my computer. No thanks. But look, that has been my little bitch and rant about electric vehicles. I think they're cool, I think the ideas are cool, I think they are fun as a toy, but they're not practical. Again, hybrids are probably the best of two, but until a company comes out with a really cool looking hybrid that's, you know, it's fast and it's practical and it doesn't look like a spaceship and it doesn't cost like €500,000 fucking euro. Now, why not bring out a car that's in the mid-20s that has, you know, 500-mile range, that's fast? You know, it's fast if you want it to be fast, it's sensible if you want it to be sensible, and that makes a lot more sense to me. But look, anyway, let me know what you guys think, because, you know, a topic like this is going to be a lot of different opinions. Me personally, as I said there, but I love my engine noise. I don't like the little, you know, I don't like that. I like being able to listen to my bike and my engine, because I love my bike and I love my engines. But like, let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below, and I will respond to as many as possible. But yeah guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll talk to you all in the next video.